Here's who the park is named after. Coldwell Park. Designated a recreation site in 1962, this park owes its existence to the generosity of the late Ivar Kvail, born in Norway. Mr. Kvail came to Canada in 1905 and settled in the Mercouri district. He was an untiring community leader and strong supporter of his new homeland. As part of his original homestead, this land, to be known as Coldwell Park, was obtained from him in 1961, a year before his death. Thank you, Mr. Kvail. I just pulled up to the Coldwell campsites, and it's a self-registration campground as an arm of Danielson Provincial Park in Saskatchewan. I assume this is where I drop my cash. Self-registration. Okay, I brought my own water. I phoned earlier, she said it was non-potable. And right now there's an extreme, it's really, really dry out here. So there's a fire ban. And this is just a picnic area. And here's the fees. And this is a nice little day campsite area where if you just want to stop and have a snack. It's in the bush, so it's nice and cool, surrounded by trees. Let's see what we find. Oh, breaker box. So where are we supposed to sign in and register? There's a little squirrel. 1, 2, 3. Can't tell how many stripes. Found it. Let's go register. When I called to ask about accommodations, campsites, she said there was a fire ban in effect. No live open fires, but you do get to use charcoal for cooking. I brought a little propane cooking set, so that's what I'll be using. But just to prove how serious they are, there's the firewood pile, or shall I say absent firewood pile. This is the sign where it says firewood here. And the sign right under it that says firewood ban, just to make sure they were serious about it. They took all the firewood away, which is smart, because you know some would come along and help themselves to it. It even says removing firewood from this park is theft, so they were serious about it. They took all the firewood home. Okay, another barbecue pit area. More water. Ash can. Okay, when I register, it wants to know what site we're at, so I don't have an idea what numbers are where. So we're going to go drive around, finish the road, then we're going to come back and pay. See, the problem with tent camping, I love tent camping, I'd rather tent camp, or a very, very, very small camper camp. Look at this. No units larger than 20 feet beyond this point. And that thrills me. You know why that thrills me? That thrills me because I'm not going to be sitting next to some gigantic motorhome, pump motor, or whatever, compressor, or whatever going all night long. So I finally found a campground that's tents only, more or less. Okay, let's finish our drive. So I drove around the campgrounds and found site number 9 is going to suit myself. I have two other sites occupied, the very first one and one near the end, so I chose one in the middle. That way we all have a little bit of privacy. In the back there's a little trail. Some trails go to the river valley, so after I have camp set up, I'll take a walk through there and see where it leads. Unfortunately, I hope to heck nothing falls over in the middle of the night. I definitely won't set up under this tree. That's a little too much of a tilt for me. But hopefully I'll be okay if I set up over there underneath those trees. Haven't fallen down yet, and we're not expecting a storm, so hopefully they won't start now. And although I am across from the bathrooms, I do have the car in the way. A little bit of noise over there between 1, 2, 3 of us that I can tell, maybe 4 or 5 tops. Won't be any bothersome. These are really nice bathrooms. This is a provincial park. And it is set up really nice in there. I'll go take a quick picture of them for you. Garbage cans. And they're empty and clean. They don't smell. Recycling bin. Quite impressed with this little place. There's a water spigot on the end. This is all non-potable water, but you can wash your hands. So all 4 bathrooms are open. And none of them smell at all. Toilet paper, garbage can, drop toilet, vent. Very clean, very nice. Another notice about the fireman. Let's go set up a tent. So tonight is going to be a science experiment. All of my tents that I've always had have been assembling the poles, whether it's fiberglass or steel. These have become quite popular lately, where they're just instant tents, where they pop up and then you pull out and the hinges lock into place. I'm very doubtful of the quality of the locking mechanisms of that design. So what I did was I bought one. This isn't any high-end, fancy, high-priced one, but it does have that same mechanism. You open up the 4 leg corners, you pull it up, or should I say extend the poles, and then you lock it into place, and it's a little push button. I'll show you that later. So I'm actually hoping for devastating weather. My goal with this tent is to see how extreme of weather does it take to actually knock it down. So anytime I take this tent out, I'm going to be looking for actually bad weather, not good weather, and just to see how well it stands up. So this one is 10 by 9 and 6'2", I think. Instant system tent snap. Set up a snap. I've done it at home a couple times. I think it's a matter of 3 minutes. And the picture in the front will show you what it's supposed to look like right there when I'm done. These hinges are covered by a little cross, and those are the arms that lock in. So step 1, so you pull out the pole and you lock it in first. I have to do that to all 4 poles first. To release, if you're pushing on that, it'll go down. Can't do it with one hand, but it seems pretty sturdy for now. Okay, let's put the rest of them up. That's it. Another rack 10. Took me less than 60 seconds. Tent is up, bed is made. I'm gonna change socks and shoes, so we're gonna take a little hike, see if we can find a sunset or something nice to take a picture of. Then we'll come back and get supper on the go. Take it I was supposed to walk to the end of the road and then come around. Okay, let's go this way. It's currently 7:30. I think I see some Saskatoon bushes, as usual. They grow wild out here. cool. You can go that way. But not that way. Okay. I don't know if you can see how hazy it is up there. That's forest fire smoke settling in. Oh, I love the smell of wild sage. As you crush it under your feet when you walk, it's just amazing. Opens up the airways. It smells really good. So that's the valley. I don't know which one. That would have been the bottom of the glacier as it came through millions of years ago. That's why there's a lot of sandy dirt areas in this part of the province. As the glacier from whatever time ago melted and moved, it deposited all this sandy silt. Okay, I'm going east now. Brought my headlamp and a little flashlight with me. My water bottle. Bug spray. Ooh! That yellow patch down there. Bunch of foxtails. Oh, there's another one. Those used to be wet areas. It's just so dry out here. Just so dry. Oh. Wow, I think those are Saskatoons. Look at that. Nice whole full ripe tree of them. We'll leave those to the birds. I remember when Mom and Grandma used to take us down to Shellmouth Dam. Well, it was one of the places we picked fresh berries. Really thick off the trails down there from the camping area and in the ditches on some of the roads. I wonder if those trees are still producing just as much berries as they did then. Those were awesome. Big, plump, as big as the end of your finger. Okay, so this trail goes to the other side of the trees there. And it goes across that way. Go that far and see how much time we have left. You probably can't see him. Flock of geese over there, right over the crest line of the... Oh, you can't see them now, they're behind the trees. Probably just coming into the river to settle in for the night. There was something jumping around in the trees outside when I was putting my tent up. Couldn't see it, but probably just another squirrel. It's going to be one of those nights where a tiny little squirrel makes enough noise you think it's a whole pack of coyotes or a whole den of bears or something coming at you. Well, it's really nice this path isn't in a straight line. That'd be boring. The sun has been going down earlier and earlier since June 21st. I didn't check tonight, but last night, probably 8:30. Let's see. This is at the top end of Diefenbaker Lake. Diefenbaker Lake, in 1964, they built Gardner Dam for hydropower. You know what peeves me? People who hike in flippers. I call them flippers, sandals, whatever. Not a proper shoe, like a running shoe or a boot. That at least gives you sure-footing grip. Might protect your ankle when you roll it, guaranteed. Because I do that a lot. Oh, I'm going to go take a hike. No toe protection. Nothing but a flimsy piece of rubber just hanging onto the bottom of my foot. Oh, look. I broke a toe because I fell off a log or tripped on a root or something chased me in the bush. Well, no one to blame but yourself. Okay, mosquitoes found me. 'Tis that time of the night. Ah, here's the water. This is the Saskatchewan River as it heads up to Saskatoon. Where else does it go past? Ah, lots of places. And the trail ends, oh no, it doesn't end here. Looks like it goes that way. Okay, so time check. That was 15 minutes, which means it's going to take me 15 to get back, plus extra. Let's see where the sun is. Okay, I have 2 fingers between, well, probably 3. The earth and the sun, which means each of those fingers is 15 minutes, which means I got 45 till I'm out of daylight. So we'll walk a little bit to the right. And then we'll start heading back. Oh, I think I see people down there. Let's go say hi. I wonder if they canoed. Lots of people canoe this river. It is awesome. Don't let it fool you. It's wide, not too deep, but it has a sandy bottom. Constantly changing. Currents are constantly changing. Very dangerous. It has a nice smooth surface on top. It has some bends that speed up and have little bits of rapids in them. But if your canoe goes over, sometimes you just stand up and go, look, I rescued myself. Other times, nope, not enough. And we lose a few people every year. It's sad. But our riverbanks are just awesome. If you can get to a river from public access somewhere, all the way along it, you've got a hell of a playground. Wonder how far this loop goes. Oh, look at Sandy Beach. And off it goes again. That is so cool that they put so much time and effort into this. And it goes back that way. Starts there. Okay. It's orange and white. It's a caution sign of some kind. I'll have to research that when I get back, find out what it is. Ah, here we go. Okay. If I drop you in the dirt, I apologize. Okay, see? This beach is in Saskatchewan. Will give any beach, soft sandy beaches in the world, a run for their money. Oh, there's that flock of geese over there. So, yeah, we have muskrats, we have all kinds of fish. Beavers, and seaweed. Oh, water lilies. Okay. Okay, I'm going to take some still pictures and then it's time to head back. Okay, pop quiz. One of the rules is you should always look behind you when you take a hike. Familiar with yourself, what it looks like leaving as well as going. Arriving, leaving, whatever. Can you find where I went off the sand dune? It's getting pretty dark, you probably can't. I gotta get my butt back. Oh, look at this. White-tailed mule. That's probably baby walking beside mama. Here it is. It's not where I came out. I came out over there. But I was headed in this direction and I found one entrance. Look at that. Full daylight, across sand dunes. Missed my entrance by 12 meters. That's sad. Anyway, found it. Going back now. Hey, look at that. I was just down there. That's where I came up. Up the trail, up here. Had my head down. Or should I say I had to have my head up my... First thing I saw when I glanced up, oh, there's a trail. That's the way back. I started going east. Guess what? If I hadn't glanced up and seen the orange warning marker, I'd have been going east and lost again. What a rookie thing to do. Another piece of the puzzle. Okay, there's that sign, but look what's in front of it. Take a picture of that and check it out when we get home. I didn't see these on the way past. Probably coyote tracks. These are going back to camp, not away from it. So this is where I joined the trail. I'm hoping you can see it in the grass. So my campsite is right up behind those trees there. But I am not going to trample any more grass. It'll be just an extra, 100 yards going this way, following the proper path. Then back to campsite number 9. Probably can't see that. I took some amazing pictures on my Canon. I'm just about to head back into the camp zone. Okay. Something in the bush making wheezing noises. Maybe it's Sasquatch. Then again, I did see some flagging, so some white-tailed deer over there are having issues with something. Okay, go that way. One-way exit. And this way is me. And that's why I tried to find black socks to bring with me. Couldn't find any. Those two people down at the river, I think they are the people from across the street and down a couple campsites that were here before me when I was driving through. They were just yelling at the top of their lungs. They're on their way back anyway. They just yelled 3 times, really loud, as big and as hard as they could. Wonder if they come across a coyote or bear on the trail or something. We do have cougars in the valley too, but too early in the day for them. Anyway, I'm going to walk up to the crest, take a look, before I change out my shoes to my flippers again. Let's go see if we can see what they were hauling about. Well, I don't see him coming up this side of the trail yet. I didn't notice that on the way out. That is one fluffy feather. If anybody has an idea what that is, yeah, leave a comment. I'm thinking a few different things, but that is fluffy. And it's about 10 centimeters long. Okay, it's getting late. Time for supper. Normally I prepare a meal from scratch, but I bought some new backpacking ones that I want to try just for fun. So 3-berry crumble is dessert. That's Alpine Air. And rosa with shrimp linguine. And that's Happy Yak. I just like the brand name. That's pretty cool. Close that up. Just a thought. Oh, it smells like shrimp. I definitely have to put that in the car tonight so it doesn't attract anything. Oh! Look at that. It's exactly what it says it is. No wonder it cost me 15 bucks. There's coyotes. I don't know if you can hear them. Okay. Dang, they are close. I wonder if the rosa means tomato. After 9. In case you're wondering, this is my Tokes spoon. Titanium polished at the bottom and coated on the handle. I was looking for a solid or just polished, but all Tokes has that I could find right now in the market was the polished handle one. It's a nice length. It's 9 inches or so, approximately. Really gets to the bottom of the bag. Okay, we're boiling. So 2 minutes of this, and then reduce and let simmer. Geez, this is a pretty big meal. I don't know if I'll get dessert in tonight. I have a couple of chocolate bars if I can't have that full dessert. So this is the Toke's spoon. You can see the end is just round. It's just a bowl. The Toke's spork has like, I don't even know if it's 1/8 of an inch. 4 little indents on it. Maybe 3 millimeters. Like, how is that supposed to stab anything? I'm not knocking the Toke's spork. I'm knocking all sporks that think by putting a full bowl on the bottom and then sticking 3 little nips. That's just an insult to food. So I've got my spoon, goes to the bottom of the bag, which would be a combination scraper for knife. Then I have my fork, and it looks like a real fork, but it's light. It's got a ring, put the two together, I'm good. Then if I really, absolutely need a knife, I can use my camping knife, such as cutting up steak or whatever. Okay, so that looks good. I'm going to put my glove on. The bugs are getting ornery. I'm going to eat fast and then I'm going to go to bed. Gotta give that a little time to cool down. Here we go. Nice and thick. Nice and thick. And that's real shrimp. That's just dehydrated shrimp, and these noodles are solid looking. I like it. It's tomato base. And I don't know if it has any pepper in it. Let's see. Tomato powder, tomato and onion, Parmesan, garlic powder, sugar, salt, spices, corn fiber, yeast, artificial flavor, freeze-dried matine shrimp. Okay. Interesting flavor. Good texture. It will be filling. And I'm wearing a white shirt. Okay. We'll see you at, when it's time for bed. I'm just going to go ahead and finish my lunch. There's barely a breeze in the air. There's not a cloud in the sky tonight. So the haze from the forest fires has cleared off with the cooler air. But there are a million stars up there. No moon to be seen whatsoever. Maybe it just hasn't come up the horizon at the moment. And the neighbors on both sides are really, really quiet. 22 Celsius, 72 Fahrenheit, and it is 10 o'clock on August 5th. Have a good sleep, everyone. We'll talk to you in the morning.
Well, I guess selfie mode on your camera is as good as any to use as a mirror. 6:30 in the morning. Time to deconstruct base camp and make some breakfast. Wake up call by the neighboring farm dogs. They're just on the other side of those bushes, I think. Thought they were coyotes last night, but maybe they're just a bunch of farm dogs. Anyway, sleep system last night. It was my open sleeping bag. Didn't need it, but I wanted some weight on top of my body. It was warm enough to sleep without. Ranger blanket was my base blanket. And then just for comfort, I had my air mattress, not for the insulation, but just for the elevation, the softness on top of the cot. And over here's my pillow. I like this pillow. There's my stash of goodies in the corner. My headlamp, my glasses, my Kleenex. This one had really good breeze. Actually, it had good breeze with that the way it was. I was going to sleep with that one open too. But then I noticed they started going to the bathroom and I thought, no, I better close that up a little bit. The people down at that end. Nice and quiet. Well, kind of quiet. Actually, it was very quiet. The baby at that end cried a little bit, but they hushed it up right away, so whatever its needs were taken care of, and oh, pardon me. 6:30. I think I woke up 4 times, just kind of, a little bit of consciousness, and then right back to sleep again. Really nice. And I don't think the crickets and frogs stopped until my 4th wake up. I went, oh, it's totally silent out there. And then went back to sleep. Okay, let's go make some breakfast and pack up the car. Alrighty, this morning is it's already 18 or 19 Celsius and 67 Fahrenheit. It's going to be another warm day. I can see the sun through the trees. There's the sunrise this morning. 7 a.m. August 6th. Hazy again. I'm going to show you something I just noticed. Look at that. There's a fire band on right now. These guys are too lazy. I don't know if they thought they were going to burn it, but look at this. There's that. I didn't notice these eggshells in the trees either. And meanwhile, the garbage can. 30 yards that way. How frickin' lazy is that? Well, I know you clean up everybody else's crap behind you just to make the world a better place, but boy, some people just make it hard to get along sometimes. Okay, this one's done in the pouch, so maybe we'll have dessert this morning. So this is a 10-minute deal. This is a 3/4 cup for 10 minutes. Okay, we're just going to boil water and share it between the two. And while that's cooking, I can make some coffee. Gotta ask you guys. Saw this in Cabela's slash whatever everyone's up in the States now. Has anybody ever had these? I'm always looking for single packet servings of any beverage. And I saw these and I'm going, hey, you know, I'm not a heavy coffee drinker, but I figured this one's a medium. That's more my style. And Stuart's a heavy coffee drinker. He likes his a little bit darker. Not always, just depends on the roast, right? This one says medium, oak chocolate honey flavors.
Comes with a filter, ground coffee, just add water because it sits over top of your cup. I'll show you that in a minute. Haven't had one yet, but it looks pretty easy. That is the Base Camp blend. This is the Bold Awakening blend, which is a dark roast. Earthy, dark cocoa, and dried berry. Now that also sounds good. But this morning, I'm just going to go with the oat chocolate and honey flavor. Just wondering though, since I just happened to run across them, if anybody else has had these and what you guys think of them. I looked them up, and if I remember correctly, it was two brothers in the States who couldn't find just a really good individual coffee for their camping needs. You know, kind of just in you go, take it out, it's already in the packet, kind of like a tea bag. So what they did was they came up with a style. I'm not gonna drink this one, I'm gonna go with that one. That goes into the mug. Okay, let's get breakfast ready. There's bacon in the bottom. I've had the Mountain House ones before. I like these ones. Not this one, but I had their one that was a full meal. It had hash browns, bacon, sausage, and eggs and spices. A little heavy on the pepper, but it was really good and filling. This one just smells like bacon. Pretty soon. Do you remember watching me in my other videos where I took the bottom of a giant soup can, not the jumbo soup can, but the bigger than small soup can, kind of like the medium size? I cut off the bottom. I sanded off all of the chemical on the inside, and then I've been using that as a lid because I put on a little finger hold on it. I couldn't find a proper lid to go with my camping mug. Found one. When I was looking up somewhere to buy my Toke's long spoon from, turned out this is a Toke's lid, and they sell individual lids. They have, this is really cool. Oh, we're boiling. Comes a little handle. This is titanium too. Comes with 3 little holes in it, so that's your steam or your strainer. And the ribbing in the inside. The thing about that is they sell those. It's pretty pricey. Priced more than I thought it would, pay for it. But it's something that I'm gonna have around forever. I think it was $15 for that, Canadian funds. And I'm kind of going, holy crap. But it's titanium, stainless steel. I don't long distance pack. I'm really happy if I could just get things in plain old stainless steel. That'd be fine by me. Whatever. But I really like the lid. They sell it in 1, 2, 3, 4 different sizes, I think. There's 1 or 2 smaller than this. And then there's for a 1 liter pot. I'll look at the measurements when I get home. I should tell you what they are. Okay. $7.27. Anyway, Toke's long spoon, multi-purpose lids. Anyway, let me know. I really want to know. I'm not a big coffee drinker. I can't rely on my own taste buds for coffee. Anything else, yeah. But I'm not a heavy coffee drinker. Okay, so this is what we got. packet. Open. Oh! Isn't that handy? Look at that. Pour water over top. Brew time, 3 minutes. 1 filter, 1 cup. Oh, here we go. Tired of instant coffee? So are we. That's why we as 2 Eagle Scout brothers recreated the pocket pour over. So whether you're home or on the go, ditch instant and brew something better. Here's to quality. Signed, Jeff and Justin. San Francisco, California. Right on, guys. We'll see if your product stands up to it. Oh, I definitely recommend this little campground. Some of the sites are on a hill, so you got to make sure you got a flat one. In terms of privacy, convenience, cleanliness, 10 out of 10 on cleanliness. I remembered as I was coming back from that trail, when I was trying to find this place, about 500 yards, about half a kilometer that direction, there's a group campsite with another set of bathrooms and water and everything like that. I don't think I showed you on filming, but it holds, I think it had probably 8 or 10 tables and areas you could pitch a tent, so a group site for birthdays, anniversaries, whatever. And I saw a sign there that said Camping Road Trail or something. Can't remember what it's called. And I bet you, if I had kept on going past the sand dunes, that's where that would have led up to. I've got a map. I'll take a look. But I thought of that on the way back. If I had started out an hour earlier, I could have finished that properly. It was still a nice little walk. Okay, it doesn't say you have to literally pour over it. It says just add water. It's half full of grounds. Nice compact little packet. Okay, pouring over isn't gonna work. No. Pour beside, that totally works. That's why I pushed it away from me. I wasn't sure what was gonna go on with that. Breakfast time. Bacon's a little crunchy. But it's real bacon. Well, I'll spend 3 minutes and then some. I wonder. Ow, 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 ow. I do this every time. Whether it's hot chocolate or tea. You know what? But if you held on to that, bet you could get a second cup out of it. And try that later. That is nice. It is a medium roast. Not sure about the chocolate and honey in it though. I'll let you know when I'm done. Last night with the windows open, there was a really nice breeze coming in, just a light breeze. And it's still around today. And it's pushing out the haze. We're getting clear skies. It's gonna be a nice day. Time to do dishes for that. Dishes are done. Very nice. Good job, Jeff and Justin. Time for dessert. If it had oatmeal on top, which would be the crumble. This would be Mom's upside down cake. Delish. Oh! Real fruit. Sweet. Love it. Oh, I'm buying this again. See, 9 inches. Just at the bottom of the bag. That was good. Fresh fruit too. Cooking oil. Potato, sausage. So I never leave home with just the skimpiest of food. Always have extra. Because I like variety. Options. If you end up in trouble, don't have the calories to get yourself out of it. It's only going to make it worse. I'll let you in on a secret though. Want to know the real reason I want to go camping in August? Dad's job was working for the town. There's basically him and two employees. Him and the other one happens to be his brother, Uncle Leo. And they took care of everything. Snowplow, the mowing, boulevards, the water line breaks, you name it. They were miracle workers. But they got the job done. Some days in the winter, when they were repairing water line breaks or whatever, minus 35 or 40, they would work 12-hour shifts until that sucker was done. And I wouldn't see, Dad would go out, freeze. He was dressed up to the nines. He'd work. Mom would pack him hot food, or maybe even send one of us out there to the kids with a hot beverage or soup in a mug, and get his attention on the grader, or him and Uncle Leo would be in the hole patching the line or whatever, and gotta get that water running for those people. Anyway, so then each of them would take offset holidays, and I don't know who decided what month or whatever weeks they needed. It was flexible, but just to be easy, I don't know what my cousin's family did, but Dad always took the first 3 weeks in August. That was our family get-together time. Dad would get the van ready, the old blue Dodge, 70-something. Mom, Dad, 4 kids. We'd jump in the Dodge and off we'd go across Canada somewhere. Went up to Yellowknife one year. I remember we got out at a tourist cabin. I don't know if it was on the highway where we were filling up, or we finally reached Yellowknife, or exactly where it was, but it was in Northwest Territories. And you could actually see wolves on the ridge line. There were a couple hills around. Not too many trees, but there were some hills. And there was wolves running from one bush to the other. And they stopped in the middle because, humans, what do they do? Bugger all, let's keep going. And off they went, and it was just really nice to see. Like, I remember that so vividly. I remember the smell of the tan. The tanning process in the leather gives you that nice musky smell. Oh, that smoky smell. I remember walking into the shop, and there was leather, and there was beadwork, and there was carvings, and
Mom got each of us a tiny little polar bear pendant, and I put mine on a necklace. I think one of my sisters put hers on a bracelet. Well, he's just about tall enough. Little guy from another camp over there, reaching to get some hand sanitizer out of the bucket. And when I was 4, we went to Nova Scotia. Went down through Niagara Falls. Then we came back through the States. So we went to Niagara Falls, got to Nova Scotia, stayed with my cousins for like a week. Fresh lobster out of the ocean, checking Peggy's Cove and the lighthouse and the coal miners. And my 4-year-old cousin, we were the same age. We hooted around. And, you know, Dad threatened to throw, was it Mom in the ocean? Or was it one of my sisters? I can't remember who it was, but I got the picture at home. Too funny. And it's like they must have been acting up or something. Dad threw him over their shoulder. I was walking toward the water, and he was be damned, they were going to get thrown in the water. Darlene, when we went to get the lobsters, I don't know why, but she decided she'd lean against the aquariums were at ground level, and at that point she would have been about 14, 15, 13, whatever. So she leaned against one, and the lobsters should have had elastics on their claws, but for some reason one must have slipped, or, you know, as they fight in the tank, one must have got pushed off or something, and he reached up and almost got her. I'm not sure if one of the cousins pulled her away in time, or if the shop owner said, "Don't lean there." But she got a nip. I was too young to remember that. Told that by my sisters. Another sister picked up a starfish, or sea star, and their protection is to ooze goo. And she didn't realize that. She would have been 9. Yeah, she would have been 9. Just turning 9, so she would have been just a little, almost done being 8. And so she picked up the sea star to go show everybody else further in. And she's walking along, and the cousin said, "Don't do that, you should leave it where you found it." And she goes, "Why is that?" And she found out immediately why, because it started just torrenting ink all over her head. Not ink, but goo. That was a little bit gross at first, until she realized what it was doing. And then when we came back through the States, Niagara Falls is fabulous. Just the colors and everything. So vivid in my mind on that one. And then when we came back, there was a Storybook Village. I'm not sure. I've tried to look up the state, and I think I found it, but the giant Paul Bunyan. It's got to be one of those northern states just underneath Ontario, Manitoba somewhere. And the Storybook Village, it was interactive in terms of all of the storybook characters were cement or little statues. So you could run up to them and you could touch them, and you could, you know, it was allowed that you were allowed to look at them and get in their face and feel them. And the one that I liked was Mary, Mary, Quick and Contrary, How Does Your Garden Grow? And there's this little girl in, looks like a little Hobby Holly outfit. Just the cutest little thing. They made her, well, she must have been, well, she was not quite as tall as me at that point anyway. And she had this little watering can, and the little statues out around her were a combination of flowers and mushrooms. And, yeah, and she was watering them. I think some of them had little faces on them too, which was really cool. But obviously the most impressive thing was the Paul Bunyan, like when you're this tall, right? You're 4 years old, it's like, holy doodle. That sucker's, that's a big person. 2 stories tall? I'm not sure what he is. Interesting fact though, I found out the story of Paul Bunyan is actually based on a Quebec lumberjack. I forget his name, and I'm gonna look him up. But the origin story of Paul Bunyan is a Quebecois lumberjack. And I thought, holy crap, I didn't know that. That is so cool. Of course, he could outperform and outwork everybody else. I don't know if he had knocks, though. I'll check on that. I'll provide a link if I can find something in resources on that. Well, I'm gonna clean up, get out my extra garbage bag, put my tent away, and hit the road. We are 8:14 right now. And it'll probably take me, this garbage, it's not too bad. But getting the tent down is, once you unpop the legs, squish it down, fold up the corners, and then the other 15 minutes you spend packing it back in the bag. But the actual deconstruction time should only take you less than 60 seconds, Steve. Yeah, I must say this is a very good coffee. I like it. Well, I'm gonna drink my coffee and clean up the camp, and I'll see you when we see you when we take down the tent.
Hello. Hey, was that you guys hollering?
No, that must have been coyotes.
No,
Last night.
Last night?
Yes.
Did you come across a coyote or something?
No, this morning we heard them, but no, we were just having fun.
Oh, okay, because I went out there and I'm going, okay, just in case, I'll bring my axe and my knife. You know, you never know what's happening. I thought maybe you crossed a bear and a cub or something.
No, no.
Good enough, I was worried. There were some ants and bugs crawling around on it, so I just went around and shook it down and got everything off of it. Now it should be 60 seconds or less to take this down. 8:44 and 8 seconds. Okay, according to the instructions, you don't need to pull anything off. Remember, you just push in the little tab button on this version. All the way in. There we go. $8:45.57. Yeah. Like I said, The other 15 minutes is wrapping this up and shoving it back in the bag. Okay, I did my recce to camp. Everything's clean. Got this mess cleaned out. Got those eggshells. Found some more eggshells over there, but you know what? They're all calcium. I couldn't reach those ones in the bush. They'll break down over time, and they're all dried out, so they shouldn't be attracting any predators. There's that stump. There's my site. Cleaned up the other garbage, took it across the way. Everything else looks good. So I got my coffee. And that's the rest of the Kuju for the road. That'll be good. And off we go. This was the Saskatchewan River. This is just west of the town of Outlook. This was vehicular. And then when it outlived its usefulness, they built the new bridge over there for the highway. And now this is just a walkway. There's the old highway, I guess. It's all pavement under there. And that is the old CN train bridge. You used to be able to walk across that one until about, I think they closed it 5 or 6 years ago. You used to be able to walk all the way across of it as a tourism thing. But it's not structurally sound anymore, and some engineers came in and said, oh hell no, and red tagged the bridge. So it's just there as a monument now and until it falls down. The town of Outlook was undergoing a restoration project. I think I read about it 2 years ago. I don't know what happened to that. Don't know if they ever plan on opening it again. But this is a fabulous, fabulous river to paddle. Throw your canoe or kayak in there, start here, paddle the, let's see, what is it, probably at least 100 kilometers to Saskatoon. It'd be a nice 4 or 5 day trip, or a week. This is a beautiful area. That's the west shoreline. Nice sandy bottom. There's the dock you can put in over there. We get our runoff from the mountains in BC and Alberta and the Rockies. And I think we had less runoff than usual this year in terms of snowpack that came down over the winter. That is the old CN train trestle at Outlook, Saskatchewan, and we are currently standing on the old highway.